Good morning, friends. Today, I want to discuss a beautiful article published in PNAS, the Proceeding of the National Academy of Science, on immunology and inflammation. So in this study, the group of Noah Snyder Mackler from the Department of Entomology, University of Illinois in Chicago, basically studied the effects of extreme adverse events like natural disasters, but war and many other extreme events that have psychological repercussion on our mental health, emotional health, may have similar effects. So this study was carried out in monkeys, not in mice. In monkeys that, as you know, they are much more similar to the share 90% of the genome with humans. And it was basically a study on, again, macaca mulata, rhesus monkeys, 435 monkeys before the Hurricane Maria, and 1 year after, on 108 monkeys, the hurricane. So the Hurricane Maria was significantly associated with the stress caused by on this monkey by the hurricane. The devastating power of the hurricane basically was responsible for a differential expression of 4% of immune cell expressed genes, so of genes expressed in the immune cells. And these changes, gene expression changes, were correlated with age-associated alteration in gene expression, so in genes that are age-associated. The authors further found that the monkeys exposed to the hurricane had a gene expression profile that was, on average, almost 2 years older than individuals that were not exposed to the hurricane. And this basically was roughly equivalent to 7 to 8 years of human life, because again, a rhesus monkey on average lives 26 years. The maximal lifespan is 40 years, as I said before. With in the CR monkey study, the NIA, we see that there are a third of the animals that live below 40 years, with one monkeys died at 43 years. So showing that, you know, color restriction can extend lifespan here, instead of basically these extreme psychologically, emotionally challenging hurricane event was responsible for a reduction of 7-8 years of the equivalent of 7-8 years in terms of human life, okay, based on these gene expression clocks. Interestingly, this expression of key immune genes were also associated with this regulation of proteostasis network, with the systems within our cells that are keeping our proteins within the cell functional and working properly, with greater expression of inflammatory immune cell-specific marker genes. So basically, more inflammation, more immune dysregulation, and more protein homeostasis dysregulation, and therefore with more aging. That's, again, extremely important, because, again, it reinforces previous studies showing the power of mental health, emotional health, and how the resilience that, you know, we have built by training our mind, our emotions through different techniques that I'm going to discuss probably in new videos about the power of mindfulness, meditation, breathing techniques, philosophical studies that are reinforcing our brain circuits. So, we become more resilient because, again, in our lifetime, it's probable that, we're going to encounter problems. It's impossible to live a life that is totally unaffected by anything, war or extreme weather events that unfortunately they're going to become more and more frequent because of global warming and many other challenges, familiar, work-related, social challenges. And so the stronger we are, the stronger we build our network, our synaptic network in shaping the brain towards resilience, strength, altruism, positivity, happiness, by training, because the more we do something, the more you play piano, the more you do math, the more you speak a new language, the more you paint, the more you are building those synaptic networks. They are going to allow you to make this task efficiently and productively. The same is for anything else. If you train your brain to be more positive, resilient, strong, happy, you're going to build these networks that are going to help you to overcome or to minimize the impact of extreme, unexpected events. In this case, was a hurricane, but it can be anything. War, loss in your family, job-related issues. And again, as you can see here, the impact on aging, on immune aging, is pretty big. 7-8 years of human life based on this clock. Of course, it's just a clock, but the data are really interesting, and they are suggesting that more studies are needed to understand not only the impact of diet and exercise, but the importance of mind health, mental health, emotional health, and how we can strengthen our mind to become more strong, happy, and resilient. Thank you very much for listening, as always.